Happy holidays from the Bahamas tonight, Northern Edition.
Christmas time, all the world is bright and shiny.
Welcome back. The nation's leader heading a delegation to South Africa to attend the state memorial service for former South African President Nelson Mandela. The official delegation includes Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, and Foreign Service staff. The Bahamas played a prominent role in the release of Nelson Mandela from prison. Former Prime Minister, the late Sir Lyndon Pindling, was chairman of CHODM in 1985, which issued the Nassau Accords that led to Mandela's release. Tonight, two former educators who visited Mandela's prison cell following his release are reflecting on that experience. They never had the opportunity to meet the iconic and legendary leader, Nelson Mandela. However, Under Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Cecil Thompson, and Deputy Director of Education, Sandra Edgecombe, had the rare opportunity to visit the prison cell he lived in for some 27 years. In 2006, Thompson and Edgecombe traveled to South Africa for an education conference, and it was on that trip they visited Robben Island, an experience they say they will never forget.
It is just a terrible island. It is my understanding that the island was once used for the burial of persons suffering from leprosy. And so it was just an unbelievable experience. If you were watching the news, as I'm sure you did over the past week since Mr. Mandela passed, and Robben Island was featured prominently, and the Curry Pit, we went there, where he broke rock and all other things.
Knowing that the waters around Robben Island are shark infested, so even if Mr. Mandela and the others wanted to escape, they couldn't. And when we went to the quarry pits, we saw the bucket that they used to defecate in. They took it to the quarry pits in the mornings to empty, to bring it back for the night. We saw that. We felt the cold water that they had to use for a shower.
Edgecombe says while Mandela was imprisoned, the Red Cross pleaded on his behalf for prison officials to give him a cot to rest on. She talks about seeing the bed firsthand.
I don't recall seeing a covering on the cot. I saw the springs of the cot that he must have rested his tired, aching body on. I saw the red piece of cloth that was called a blanket that he would have had to wrap himself in. And we were in South Africa in December of that year, which is their summertime. And Mr. Thompson would recall how terribly cold South Africa is. They experienced the 4 seasons in one day. And so at one point we would wake up and it'll be sunny, blustery day. And then by half day you need your trench coat and you need to be buttoned down.
They believe that the world needs more Mandelas today.
When we think we've given our very, very best, there's so much more to give in life, and that we owe it to our fellow citizens, whatever platform we use, to do the best we can and to remember that theme for the good of all.
Shasheena Rolle, ZNS Network News. The sound of Christmas is in the air, and many local organizations are going that extra mile to spread a little cheer to the kids this holiday season. The students of the Beacon School are among the kids on the receiving end. Yesterday, they received several gifts courtesy of the Fatback Kids Club. Businessman Chavez McMahon Campbell played the role of Santa Claus for a day. The gift-giving exercise was welcomed by Principal Miriam Sweeting.
We started with the Beacon School some 2 years ago, but now we hope to expand it to various primary schools throughout Grand Bahama, and of course back to the capital, New Providence, because that's where he's from, and just bring some more love and cheer to the youth of our country. This Christmas, we donated 3 toys to every student, books, mostly educational toys. So hopefully we expect that they will embrace these gifts, enjoy them, and treat them with much appreciation.
We always say Beacon School, beacon of light in the community, but I want to highlight Mr. Campbell and say what he's doing And I know that God is going to continue to bless him and to favor him. And I know we would see him again. You know, he has adopted us. So we do appreciate Mr. Campbell. And we're just excited and happy during this Christmas time.
While the Fatback Kids Club was launched in 1994, Marshall passed away in 2009. And a well-known journalist and sports enthusiast now has another book under his belt. Editor with the local daily, Andrew Coakley, has published a new book that is sure to turn some heads. It is entitled Women with Jobs and Men with PMS. The book is now on stands throughout the country, and Coakley says it is based on changing roles in society today.
You have more women doing more things in society today. You have women running homes, running businesses, corporations. They do playing a big role in churches and in the community as well. So what we have is we also have a lot of men who are just laid back. They've kind of come out of the driver's seat and allowed the women to do the driving in terms of their family or whatever. So the book is really to give people understanding on how to mend their relationships, how to communicate better and deal with those changes in society.
Now, Coakley says Women with Jobs, Men with PMS is a good read that gives a realistic view of the current situation in today's society that we all must come to terms with.
I encourage couples to read it. I encourage single people to read it. I think it affects society on the whole because society is made up of families, and that's where it all starts. In the family, it starts with a relationship. So once men and women can have good relationships or good foundation in their relationships, it extends to the community and to society as a whole.
And before we leave, we have to say a happy birthday to our good friend Karen Ferguson Bain.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hope you enjoy. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team,
I'm Megan Shepard.
I'm Shasheena Rolle. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight continues right after this.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape hot.